Welcome, beauties. It's so beautiful to see all your faces today. If you're able to, would love for you to go on to gallery view and turn on your camera. Just be able to look at all the beautiful sisters that are here today. Would love for you to hop in the chat and just introduce yourself, say where you're calling in from, and maybe just a word or two of what you're bringing into this space today. I'll go first. I'm Bobby. I'm calling in from Toronto, Canada. And I'm bringing in both some tiredness from the first day of my bleed, but also the beautiful intuition that comes from that open feminine channel.
Thank you, beauty. Oh, so good to be here with you all. I'm Lillian Love. I am calling in from Big Island, Hawaii. And I'm feeling like excited, open curiosity.
And we'd love to hear from you in the chat, loves. Where you're calling in from, how you're feeling. I see Bryn from Philadelphia, bringing in joy. Ariana, I hope I'm saying that right, from Calgary, bringing in curiosity. Absolutely no worries about having to leave earlier.
And I would love to just make space for Rose rising, share.
I'm Rose Rising, and I'm calling in today from the beautiful Pacific Northwest in the U.S. And I am bringing love and abundance.
So beautiful. I see Amy calling in from New York, bringing groundedness. So beautiful. Well,
We're so excited to be here with you all. Yeah, and feel free to just keep sharing in the chat and use that as a space to really just kind of share any of your ahas that are coming through, questions, things like that. And if we don't get to it, through this class and ritual, then we will do our best to get to it at the end as well. Ruth Ann, so good to see you from Orcas Island, Washington, bringing in inspiration and creativity. Yay. Celeste, calling in from Germany, bringing in a state of softness and surrender, feeling myself floating between shifts at the moment. Katya, bringing celebration. So good. And yeah, women are just continuing to come into this space. So yeah, we just welcome you all here. And before we all jumped on the call, we kind of called in each of your higher selves, and any of you that are not here with us live that are getting the recording as this transcends time and space, just invoking your own higher selves and also calling in the soul of your business, your dharma, your purpose. That is what we are here for today. So we have set that container. You're already coming into the field of ceremony and ritual. And I want to just invite us, as you're landing physically in the space, whether live or on the recording, to just take a moment, maybe close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart and your womb space, wherever feels good, and just giving yourself a moment to take in 3 deep breaths, welcoming yourself here, your own higher self, the higher self of your business, the heart and soul of your purpose, your dharma, and any and all parts of you Just welcoming all of you here now, giving yourself that permission. Maybe taking one more deep breath together, sensing us all in a great circle of women. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I know that beautiful Bobby is going to open up this transmission for us. Also seeing you, Jamie, calling in from the Big Island, bringing surrender. Yeah, so much big shifts happening. I'm passing it over to you, Bobby.
Love. Thanks for welcoming us all into this space. As Lily mentioned today, we're really here to begin to strip away, all the heaviness and the density that we can get so caught up in our lives, especially around our businesses and what we think we should be doing, what people are telling us we should be doing, what we've learned, and really coming into the simple truth of what the soul essence of what longs to birth through us is. And as we connect to that, to really come back to the simple action steps of what actually is best for this next, as I lean in and trust the soul of what actually wants to be birthed through me, outside of what I've been told it should look like. And so our desire today is really to just continue to come back to this simple truth of what is in our heart and soul. What am I tending to? What am I here to birth in this new earth? And how can I let go of these doubts, these fears, and these old structures and systems that ultimately are no longer serving us as we step into our deeper level of service? And so today is really equally about the deconstruction of what and how we've perceived we have to do business in this world. Maybe the way we've done business before, or, I said what the systems have taught us we're supposed to be doing, right? So that we can really come into this recalibration and remembrance of a new way of business. One that's anchored in our heart, one that's anchored in following the natural rhythm of the earth, of ourselves and our bodies, of our communities, of our little ones, one that's in right relationship with ourselves, with our soul, and with everything around us. Taking a deep breath with that. Just feeling that potential land, even just hearing that potential of what possibilities can exist in our business as we connect to the deeper heart of our dharma, of our power, of our purpose on this earth in this lifetime. And this comes through both this balancing act of walking in this physical, tangible world made of matter, where we have homes to tend to and food to grow and bills to pay, and learning how to thrive in this modern system and create sustainable structures that will hold us and nourish us and nurture us through the different cycles and seasons of our lives. But also not letting ourselves get freaking stuck in a man-made system that was designed by us and ultimately can be changed by us at any time. And really remembering that we have the power. We get to just choose what we're building. And this is the beauty of having our own businesses, is at the end of the day, we get to choose how we build these systems and structures. And so again, this is really like letting go of these old paradigms that have enslaved us into this like belief system that we have to do things certain ways that don't feel good to us, that aren't in alignment for our bodies, our systems, the earth, our joy, our purpose. And so really strip all of that away so that we can come back to that infinite potential of what we're here to create, of what wants to come through us at this time, which is actually the real path out of this trap of hustle culture and scarcity and survival, and back into the infinite nature of creation and of potential. With that, I'm going to pass you over to Lily.
Yeah, thank you so much for speaking to that, Bobby. Yeah, just feeling some of your resonance in the chat. And just as we do this, like this, right? The words spoken, words have such power, right? Words are literally vibration, frequency. We cast spells with our words. And we access the throat chakra of our capacity to truly create. So as words are being spoken, really inviting us to each in our own way, whether it's through our breath or visualization or movement or whatever it might be, to really let these frequencies, these vibrations to penetrate ourselves, to penetrate our subconscious, and to kind of actively be participating, to open the mind and allow this to like awaken inside of us, because we know what truth feels like. Truth feels good. Truth feels like clarity. Truth feels empowering. And so we're in this, just a reminder to listen to the wisdom of our body, our feelings, our emotions, our sensations, and to be actively participating as a co-creator with life and with our higher selves, right? To receive this and your truth. This is all about you making space to receive your truth deeper, right? We can each reflect to each other, like Bobby just shared this potent transmission. And we reflect this remembrance to each other, but it's like ultimately us going in and making that space and listening to our truth. That is the highest path to transformation. And on this journey, Bobby and I, and now Rose, have found each other co-weaving through this being. This being brought us together, which is Bloom, which is our baby, our like fertile garden. And then there's Rose's like garden of luminary membership that she has, a mastermind. These and our higher selves, our dharmas, have brought us together. And so what I've been learning personally on a deeper level as on this path of entrepreneurship, of feminine leadership, and of collaboration with my sisters, that our businesses are a being. They are alive. They have a soul. They have a heart. They have wisdom. They are born out of our wombs, these spaces of creation. And they are connected to our higher selves and our higher purpose, our dharma. And they're here to support us. And they're here to create a contribution and to contribute to this this great change that we are in on earth right now. And I always thought like the translation of dharma, which is a Sanskrit word, was like service, or like, what is your service in the world? And while it is that, the actual translation is to support and to uphold. And so I want to invite us to really breathe and feel and open into the cells, the cellular memory, the somatic experience in our bodies and beings, how our purpose, our dharma, our business is here to support us and uphold us and others. And we're really, as Bobby spoke to, like moving out of this paradigm that is like actively like dying and trying to hold on. And I just watched The Wizard of Oz again after like probably 20 years. And at the end, the Wicked Witch, which maybe I'll just interpret as kind of like the shadow feminine of some kind of, was like, you know, she gets water thrown on her and she's like melting. She's like, I'm dying. It's like, that's what I see. Like this old paradigm is crumbling, but it's like the ego and the constructs that we think that even when we're like anti-patriarchy, right? Or anti, you know, capitalism, whatever, it's like, it's inside of me. My ego has identified with it and like knows that, like thinks that that's how I need to survive. So that's dying inside of me, while like my true Dharma, my true higher self calling and purpose and contribution, creativity is rising, and this new way is being born through us. And so we're here to continue, as Bobby said, to release those old constructs and like the subconscious attachments to the way it has been and the way that we think it needs to be in order to just survive. And we're learning to trust in the mystery and trust in this rebirth to allow something so much greater than we could have ever really conceived from that ego place and holding on out of fear and scarcity to actually bloom through us. And so in this process of really like entrepreneurship and feminine leadership, as I was saying, the connection with my dharma and my purpose has amplified so much through Bloom, or through my business. And it takes many forms and shapes. And through collaboration with sisters or whoever you feel called to collaborate with, even your collaboration with clients, customers, whatever that might be. Right? If you are a writer and there's a book coming through you, that book has a soul. It is coming through because it is part of the contribution that supports you and also supports this shift that we're going through on earth, and for us to all listen deeper. So again, we're moving out of this paradigm that our businesses are just this means to an end to survival, and this paradigm of like, I need to be the best or the richest or whatever that programming is, and actually seeing it as this being that is coming through to support and uphold and make a sacred contribution to the transformation that humanity is in right now. And for me, that helps me to really come out of, again, the ego and the, am I capable of it, and what's possible from this smallness, and into like the opening of really continuing to call on the soul of my business, my sacred Dharma, my higher self to go before me and like pave the path that my human self is stepping into one step at a time. And our businesses, because they are alive, they are a being that are here to support and tend us, require the same. They require us to tend and fertilize and water the seeds of our ideas and inspirations and intuitions and creativity, what wants to be created through us, like a garden, right? And to really slow down and make space and listen to what they are asking of us. They are initiating us into and growing us into more of our truth, our power, and our purpose. Taking a breath into that.
So beautiful, Lily. I love when you get in your flow. Just wisdom comes through and you blow all our minds. What I feel called to add to this conversation as well, and I'll share, this comes from the Tao. And I learned this from my teacher, Vanessa Ferraro, and I think it's the best definition and breakdown of how soul becomes matter that I've ever really heard. So they wrote a book, and I'll have to find the name of the book, but it's really cool. They kind of compared the Tao and spirituality with quantum physics, and found like comparable language. And so when we talk about the soul and the soul of our business, when we look at soul, really soul is, if you want to think about it from the more scientific point of view, it's like a package of information. It's pure raw data and information that we have. And the way this works is we are the vessels to receive this pure information, these pure downloads. And the way we receive it is actually through our heart. And our heart is the receiver of the information. It's the receiver of soul. And then from there, our beautiful minds are the interpreters, right? This is when we actually start to get into the nitty gritty and figure out the mechanics of the how to make this happen. And then from there, we then move into action and energy and the actual doing, the building with our hands, or the utilizing our energy to create something tangible. So in the process that we're going to take you through today, it's really an opening, a ritual to open to this beautiful information that is literally always available to us. Because as we said, our soul is a being. It's there for us all the time. And so really, this is about opening our channel to receive that information into our hearts and really let that land there, so that then when it comes time for the action steps, we are actually acting in alignment with the heart and soul of our business. And that's so powerful, because when we learn to do it this way, those actions we take are so potent, right? I think all of us have experienced times in our business when we get lost in our mind and we're like frantically acting from a place of like, oh, but I need to create the social media post, or we need a marketing calendar, or we need this, or we need that. And we get so lost in the like doing that we're now completely disconnected and dissevered from this heart and soul connection, from the really pure energy that's flowing through. And so really, at the end of the day, this is also the most effective way to go about this, because then we're conserving our mind power and our energy power and our action power to only be taking steps from this centered place of like this sacred dharma, this information that's come through of like, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is what needs to be birthed. This is what is alive and flowing for me. And then moving from action from that place. And so I really wanted to weave that in because I feel like that's also the essence and soul of Bloom, and what Bloom has been really refining and teaching Lily and I. It's to build and act from this place of really strong heart coherence with this beautiful being that is our soul dharma. Is there anything else you want to add, Lily?
So powerful. I love that. Yeah. When the heart is the doorway to the soul and the higher self, and the mind is really in service to the heart and the soul, and is the one that can kind of hold visions and work with the heart and the soul. And it's so powerful. They get to be allies. But when the mind starts to become the leader, things kind of get pretty frantic and chaotic and stressful and burnout. Yeah. So I would love to invite Rose if you feel called to share anything. And I just really want to honor you, Rose, as like one of, I'd say ours, Bobby and mine, but I'll speak for myself, one of my mentors, teachers, wise woman. I'm so grateful to know you and that you showed up in my life. An angel on earth. And that you're co-weaving in this garden of soul and abundance. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to just turn my speakers up a little bit. I am so happy to be here to be able to share a bit of a transmission around abundance, and look forward to this in Bloom. It's what I'm here to do, and that is really I'm on a mission to support spiritual women and being clear, defining what is abundance to you, for you, first in your personal life, and then also within your business. It's different for each of us. And when we can do that and truly connect to that light within us, that light that is abundant, and begin to decondition some of the messaging and lies that we've been told for a lifetime and that have been told for millennia, we can truly step into our full flow of abundance. And I'd love to share a couple of things. If I could have like 5-10 minutes, does that feel good, Bobby and Lynn? Okay. I'd love to share a bit about the streams that feed into our river of abundance. And also share a bit about connecting with where are we in the season of our life. Because each of us has a different season. If you're in a place where you're building a family, or you're in a place where maybe your children are going off to college, there's different seasons, there's different phases in life that also connect to the phases and the seasons of our business. These affect those streams, which affect then our river of abundance. I love to look at when we're born, we are just a full flowing river of abundance. We are here to receive and to give, and we're fully, easefully in the flow. Throughout our life, we may experience traumas, or we may hear mismessaging. We may be exposed to conditioning, whether it's through the media, whether it's social media or traditional media. We may be exposed to levels of conditioning that sort of turn off or shut down or dim that flow. And I see those and share that they may be like boulders, or they may be debris that's being deposited into our full flowing river of abundance. Maybe like a large tree fell. As we journey through life, there are areas where we can become blocked. And what we do in Bloom together is to support you personally and professionally within your business to remove those blocks and to then bring in what is that flow that I want? What is abundance for me? Is abundance for me living in a little cabin in the woods, on a sanctuary farm, blessing the world with my work? Is abundance to me driving a fabulous car? Is abundance to me spending time with my sisters in the middle of the day, talking about spirituality and having an amazing cup of custom tea? Is abundance to me being in direct connection with potentially an animal of the earth that needs me, or being an advocate for the environment? What is abundance to you? And we then support you in your business, whether it's through not-for-profits, funding your own not-for-profits, or bringing your income in and supporting your abundance more so that you can do the things in your life. Maybe you want to travel that you want to do. And we also remind you in Bloom that in our personal lives and in our profession, those streams that feed the river of abundance, they have seasons as well. Just like naturally in nature, you will see that she has streams. Sometimes if you're for hiking, you'll see that a stream may be fully awake during the winter or the early spring as the snow is melting. And then during the summer, she's taking a rest. Another key part that we bring into Bloom is weaving the divine, positive, sacred feminine with the divine, positive, masculine. And I like to represent the divine masculine as the structure in the container. The structure that holds the river is the riverbank. It's the earth. It's the structure that holds and provides so that flow is held. And she can dance, she can flow, she can connect with the seasons. And I always like to say and share one beautiful, and if you know where this quote came from, please message me at some point and share this quote. The first step to getting what you want is having the courage to get rid of what you don't. I love to share that. And that is like the first gateway we step through in this work together. The courage to get rid of what we don't, the courage to remove those boulders, the courage to remove the clutter and debris in our lives, energetically, spiritually, personally, and professionally, to open the flow of abundance for you. Beloved sisters Bobby and Lillian, I pass back to you. Thank you so much for having me share today.
Thank you, beautiful sister. Bringing in the river of abundance through our garden of our dharma, our purpose, our sacred business and calling. So we are going to move into the ritual now, sisters. So I invite you to get yourself set up, whether that means you want to move to a yoga mat on the floor next to your altar, or just have a journal, maybe some colored pens, some water, feel maybe a space that you want to move around in, or on a yoga mat, something like that. But definitely journal and pens is the bare minimum I would invite. And we'll just does anyone need to take a moment to really kind of get that all set up? Maybe just give me need a minute in the chat box.
Yeah, so let's take a minute. There are a couple people that nodded, yeah.
I'll take a moment here, play some music. Maybe you want to light a candle. Like, what helps you get into ritual space? Uh, I just want to do a little sound check. Can you all hear me clearly while this is no? So when you're ready, settling in, invite you to just find a comfortable position. I think sitting is good. Sometimes you get sleepy when you're lying down. And invite you to close your eyes if that feels good for you. And just start to come deeper into your breath, letting your breath fill your belly and bringing it up into your rib cage, your heart, seat of your soul, the throne room of your soul. Any gentle stretching, you're noticing any tension, even bringing your breath into that space. Often we want to make pain or tight tension or the boulders, the blocks go away. But what if we really brought our breath and invited like a kind of embracing and breathing into and allowing and listening deeper into these boulders inside of us. So they're calling for our presence and our love. I invite you to feel the parts of your body, whether it's your feet or your buttocks, your legs, your back, that are touching the ground. Really feeling the earth holding you, feeling her solidness, feeling your roots growing down into her, like the roots of the trees, into the mud, the nutrients, the worms, the crystals, and down deep into the waters and the lava of the earth. All of the creative elements at your feet. All of the sustenance that you will ever need. Breathing with all of the elements of the earth. Your source, your mother. Breathing them in. The waters run in your womb, through your blood, fire in your belly, in your digestion, your heart, your soul fire. Earth of your body, your bones. The air of your breath moving through your lungs. maybe even repeating out loud or internally to yourself, everything that I need is right here within me, at my feet and in my fingertips, at my breath. Everything that I need to create what I am here to create lives inside of me. And when I feel empty, when I feel dry, when I feel stagnant or stuck, I remember it's right here at my feet. The Aina, the earth, providing all that I need. Breathing up and into your whole body being. And drawing a pillar of golden light around your body being now. We have already done this, but we can do it a million times. It's so powerful. So we're just going to out loud call in and evoke the power and the presence of my higher self now. Whatever language resonates with you, your soul, your queen of your queendom. Call in the power and the presence of my higher self. Be more fully embodied, take up more space in my physical temple now. To reside in my heart, my mind. And I welcome in and call in the soul of my business. I welcome in and I call in my divine dharma, my higher purpose. I welcome and call in the highest evolution of my embodiment, my expression, my creativity, my intuition, my path in this now lifetime and across all time, space, and dimensions. And I welcome to stand around this golden circle with my higher self in the center, my I am presence. I welcome in my awakened ancestors, the ascended masters, the archangels, whoever and whatever of the highest support that you want to invite and welcome in, that is here to support your divine dharma, your creativity, the soul of your business, that which you are here to be supported by and to support. Taking another deep, full-bodied breath from your toes to the top of your head, to your fingertips. Just setting a simple intention for yourself in this ritual to really listen and hear and be the space, the vessel for your river of abundance, for the creativity, the ideas, the intuitions, the promptings that your soul and the soul of your business are here to create, to birth through you. For not only your own, but all of our deepest prosperity, joy, health, wellness, peace. The evolution of humanity returning to our hearts. With that, one more gentle breath, maybe your hands on your body.
And with that, loves, if your eyes aren't already closed, Going to invite you to lower your gaze or close your eyes now. And we're going to go on a special journey to the garden of our heart to receive the being of our soul and the soul of our business and to commune with her there. So I'm inviting you to see, sense, or feel a beautiful golden elevator forming in the middle of your brain. And you can shrink yourself now as a tiny version of you begins to step onto the elevator. And we're going to count down from 10. And as we count down, the elevator began to slowly move, bringing you deeper into the beautiful channel and space of your heart garden. So as you step onto this elevator and see the gates begin to close, we begin to travel down now from your mind into your heart. 10, beginning to slowly move down. 9, 8, feeling this elevator descending even deeper. 7, 6, 5, feeling it descending, lowering down, moving deeper into your heart. 4, 3, feeling it begin to land in the center, this beautiful crystalline heart that is yours. 2, 1, feeling this golden elevator land in the center of your crystalline heart. As the doors begin to gently open and you see this stunning garden as you step out, inviting you to notice what you see, what you smell, what you hear in this sacred, secret oasis of your divine heart. Letting yourself be filled with the sensations of the garden all around you. As you begin to walk through a beautiful golden spiral path towards the center of this garden, letting yourself be naturally drawn to the exact meeting spot where the soul of your business waits for you. Noticing what it's like to touch, smell, feel the surroundings around you. As you find your way now to the center of the garden, and waiting for you there is the beautiful soul of your business, and your higher self. Taking a moment now to notice the form that it comes in. How does it greet you? As you two embrace each other like old friends who haven't seen each other in the longest time. Letting yourself embrace, wrap your arms around each other. Feeling yourself coming into coherence with this beautiful being in front of you. Making the conscious choice to open your heart now to truly listen to the wisdom that it has for you. Speaking to the soul of your business now, letting it know that you're here and you're listening, asking, what messages do you have for me? What would you have me know in this moment? Just letting yourself open to any colors or sounds, sensations, movements, words that flow through. Welcoming whatever form of listening is called for, whether in movement or silence or stillness. Letting your energies begin to merge and become one. And letting yourself receive these codes, these wisdom transmissions as they flow through. And from this place of listening, of deep inner union and communion, welcoming in any words that long to flow through the page, any movements that long to be expressed, any ways that you feel called to channel the messages and the energy that you're receiving in this moment. Taking a couple more minutes here to finish up anything that's flowing through you, any messages that wish to be written down or captured.
Inviting you to gently, slowly, is coming through to completion for now, knowing that this is a space that you can continue to come back to again and again. And I want to open up this space for us, for those who feel called to share any intuitive message, to be in a space of the wise woman channeling the soul of your business, your dharma. And I can start us off. I am the soul of your dharma, your business, your purpose, bloom in all the forms she takes. You are the vessel, and I am the sacred waters that flow through you. I hold the keys to consciousness. Every molecule of my water is alive. I am creativity. I am inspiration. I am life-giving essence. Your only role is to listen. To gather your human emotions and direct them for a sacred cause. To listen and respond as the hands, the feet, and the mouthpiece. Together we co-create healing, creativity, pleasure, love, well-being, transformation, remembrance on earth. I am here to serve you and serve humanity. I flourish and I flow and I thrive when you are also devoted and in service to me, the consciousness, the source of all life. Honor your creations, honor your inspirations, honor your passions, honor your ideas and your intuitions. What would you do if you had all the time and all the money in the world? Do that fully and wholly with your heart's devotion, knowing that it is contributing and that you are being contributed to. Let the weeds of scarcity be composted in the soil of this garden. Let my sacred waters of life-giving essence nourish and grow sprouts and roots to bear new fruits. And so it is. So I open and invite the space for anybody who feels to share their voice, and either something that you wrote or something that wants to come through in the moment as you connect to the heart and soul of your business, your dharma. Or you can use the chat box as well. And this is also a time for any shares or questions that might come through as well. Space is open. When we name it out loud, it's super potent. We make it more real and tangible. How about, Bobby, we kind of come back up and then any shares can come from there.
Inviting you to close your eyes or lower your gaze again. That feels comfortable. Come back to this beautiful garden space in your heart. Take one more final minute here with this beautiful being, the soul of your business, your dharma in front of you. Take a moment to say goodbye, knowing that they're always available here for you, the garden of your heart. As you say goodbye, you begin to walk back to the elevator. As the doors open, you step onto the golden elevator. To a count of 10, the elevator will slowly rise up out of the secret garden and back up into your mind and into your everyday life. The doors close now as we begin to ascend back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feeling the elevator rising back up into your everyday consciousness. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Elevator gates open, and your tiny little version steps out into your mind, back fully into your body. Inviting you to take a moment here to maybe give yourself a little hug or a little squeeze, or just some movement to fully ground and land back into the space.
Thank you. We might be out of talk. Use our words now. So space is open for any shares, whether it's a channeling, something that you want to share that the soul of your business shared with you, or questions, or noticing blocks, whatever is here for you. We'll just do some quick shares here.
Also, welcome to type in the chat if that feels more accessible for you.
I'll share. Hi. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I do feel like I have words now a little bit, so thank you for that. I guess I just want to say first, I just wanted to express my appreciation, as always, for this container and for you beautiful goddesses. It's still like it couldn't be more divine timing. Yeah, just every moment of the time together with you all has just been like so poignant and so on point, and just I feel like all of you have spoken to all the different parts of me, like even when Lily was like, so I'm gonna invite you to really drop in and actively participate. I didn't even realize I wasn't actively participating until then. I was like, oh shit, she just called me somehow. I'm just sitting here, but I wasn't like letting it come all the way in. So thank you for that. And in terms of dropping into the garden and yeah, I'm just always surprised at how able I am to go there. And I never think that I will be, but then I go. And initial impressions when I got into the garden, I was like, this is so much more beautiful than I thought. And I just felt all of a sudden this sense of like, God, I don't know what the word is, but just really feeling like it was an honor and such a gift to be there. It was like I was in heaven all of a sudden. I didn't know that existed within me to that extent. To try to be concise and wrap up my share, I'll just say that once I went in the maze and I feel like before I even got to the center, the soul of my business, part of that energy was like running around the corner to come meet me. It was like the energy was like one primary energy, and it had like a little offshoot energy, which is funny because I always have a dog and I always tell my dog we're one soul in two bodies. So it was kind of that vibe. And at first I was like trying to make a face of it, and then I kind of just backed off, and I just saw blue, and the little one was pink, and the little one was kind of this like cartoony alien thing, and then the blue primary one was like this blue-haired fairy goddess thing, and I was like, what is that? Am I making that up? That's not real. And the more that this is a long share, sorry guys. The more that I surrendered to it was just like, all right, I'm here, I'm here for it. I realized that was like she could shapeshift and take on whatever face I needed to see, but basically the point was I've been here with you since you were a tiny child, and And I used to be obsessed with Candyland, and I think there's this like ice princess queen, and she kind of looked like her. And yeah, the message that I was really receiving was just that I've been with you since then, in the games that you played and in the service that was put upon you, because I was really in a kind of forced into a position of service as a child. But I guess those were the early seeds of the soul of my business already starting to flow through me. And yeah, just being able to now consciously be witness to like my channel and portal being more developed to allow that to flow through, and for me to choose how and where it flows, I think was probably the big takeaway for me. And that I don't need to do anything, that it's just all happening through me. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
I love it. I love how animated and intricate your experience was. And yeah, way to go, just trusting the weirdness of it, because it actually leads us somewhere. It makes sense to us when we embrace it and not kind of like dismiss it because we don't understand it at first. So powerful. Thank you. Just seeing in the chat for Jamie, what really came through really strongly was collaboration. Yes. This old paradigm of doing it all alone, burning ourselves out is crumbling, and we're being invited to truly collaborate with our higher selves, with the soul of our business, and with each other. So really listening to that thread and continuing to follow the breadcrumbs, follow the river of abundance. Well, I would love to open up the space to share an invitation with you. And if there are more shares that want to come out loud, after that, I'm happy to stay a little longer. Yeah, I just want to invite you all, if you're feeling the call to join us deeper, collaborate with us deeper, and really give more time and attention to the soul of your business and the Dharma and the work that you're here to do as one of these feminine leaders that you are, then we have an invitation for you to join us in Bloom, and we begin in a few weeks. And this is a deep portal. It's a 3-month live journey that we'll be meeting every week on live 2-hour calls. And then there's actually optional bonus calls of just sister connection support calls, and also co-working spaces. And this is a place that we're really going to be like clearing out and deconditioning and deconstructing all of those identities and scarcity and things that we have been told and trained into of how to operate around our businesses, around money, around our creativity, around our intuition, around our wisdom, around like so much conditioning around, not trusting ourselves, and that we need to be realistic in the real world and go out and do the thing that's going to get us the security, and really coming into trusting like where our joy, our passion, our aliveness is leading us. And we have 3 main pillars for Bloom that we kind of like, it's the river banks that we flow through. And that is priestess alchemy art. So we go deep into that priestess kind of tantrika wise woman ritual ceremonial work, really allowing us to kind of alchemize our pain and our fear and those boulders in our river into free flow, clarity, flow state, prosperity, trusting our intuition, all of that. And activating our body as this sacred vessel to truly listen to our dharma and what we're here to birth through us as women, and to really like claim that ancient priestess wisdom and those ancient priestess codes of the divine feminine that are needed and are coming through online on earth at this time. That's really where the magic happens. And then we really step into the pillar of feminine leadership. And again, what does it mean to be a leader, and really deconditioning all that we've learned around that. And to truly stand in our power, in our humanness and our divinity, to claim both our, our weaknesses and our scared parts, and also our strengths and our power, to really open our channel to speak our truth, to take aligned action and be the change that we wish to see, and really activate that inner Joan of Arc courage to play our part, to give our sacred contribution. That's what we're here for. And so we do that in this portal of sisterhood and collaboration and celebration, uplifting and seeing one another in our priestess power, our feminine leader. And then the other pillar that really supports this work in Bloom is sacred business. So it is the riverbanks, the masculine structure, the things that have worked for us, and Rose brings her 20, 30 years of creating 7-figure businesses. Bobby brings her like wisdom of the nervous system regulation, trauma healing, and she's just a priestess witch at business structure. So intelligent, and I bring mine, and we bring these together, and like what works, and also just like giving you these simple but powerful, potent frameworks to channel your unique wisdom, what's coming through you, into structures that support you to bring it into the world, into the tangible, and create those vessels that you can actually receive abundance. And along this, like, we're all going to be on the journey together of really, I feel this third round of Bloom so strong, so potent. Like, she's been letting me know, and then Rose and some other like priestess crone women have like just, who is super psychic, have like reflected that knowing back to me of like, yes, like there is a big shift, a big change is coming particularly over the next year and beyond. And so this space, this time of Bloom, is a fertile garden to compost what no longer serves and rebirth and really listen. So we're going to be on that journey together of like, allowing ourselves to be in the I don't know, to reclaim that clear clarity and knowing, and trusting the mystery, trusting our businesses, trusting our dharma, trusting our hearts to lead us into what needs to and wants to be created, that is truly here to support us and the world when whatever's might happen in the next year beyond happens and things shift, and most people are not going to know what to do. So I'm always in awe, because I'm like, on the little people, like my ego level, I'm like, it's a business and feminine leadership program. Like, no. Like, I have no idea. I let go and I surrender to what she is and what we are. And really feeling this time in this space is really important and really potent, fertile time for us to come together as women, as priestesses, as wise women, and truly listen and truly move from that place and support each other to create from that place. That's what we're truly here to do. So taking a breath with that, if you feel called, we will put the link in the chat, and also my Calendly link if you would like to book a call to talk about it, or Bobby's link is there also. You're welcome to book a call with either one of us. And again, as always, it's either usually time, like I don't know if I have the time for it, or I don't know if I have the money for it, and the like constriction scarcity comes up. We've made like, I think, a 9-month payment plan. Like, we're here for it. We're here to support you and be in service to making it work for you. So if that is ever the reason, if you're just like, it doesn't resonate, that's cool. But if you feel it, and you feel the potency of coming together with sisters and priestesses for 3 months, and it goes beyond that, right? To really get into this and feel supported and have collaboration, then reach out if that's ever a reason that would stop you. And we're open to finding a way that supports you. Just want to hand anything over if you want to share, Bobby or Rose.
Thanks, love. I also want to add, to follow up to this, next week from Monday to Friday, and Lily, if you could tell me the time, we're going to be running 5 days of a morning practice for you all to connect to the soul of your business. So this is a great way to keep the momentum and energy flowing, and to keep coming back to this space time and time again. We're going to be giving away some really dope tools, like some of the most powerful practices that I've learned in like the 15 years of doing this work, to really support coming into that connection every day. So we'll be sending a link out with the replay to join us live for those. And we'll also be live streaming into our Facebook group. So if you're not a part of that community, feel free. We'll also send the link to join there. But yeah, if you were feeling the vibe of today's ritual, come play with us next week for a full week of morning practices, to really continue to drop into the soul of your business and to make movement from that place, right? And act from that place. Because as Lily said, there's something really big coming. And I think a lot of us feel it, even if it's just been this weird niggling spidey sense in the back of your mind being like, something feels strange. I wonder what's going on. And it feels more important than ever as we move through these times to be moving from a place of our deep intuition and our deep listening, and from a place of community and sisterhood and support, and to continue to be building really strong foundations and structures, as Rose said, those riverbanks and those streams that are going to be there for us and with us through the transition. And so, yeah, if you're feeling any of this, please join us for the free 5 days. We'll have the replay up for this that you can come back to. And definitely check out Bloom. We start September 5th. And as Lily said, this round is like so potent. The energy is so potent. It's like working all of us. And the beautiful thing too is it's not just 3 months. We've really created this so that, if you're feeling the vibe, there's opportunities to start building sisterhood in a community for a whole year afterwards, and like onwards and onwards. And the women from Bloom form very tight-knit communities. And it's so important now more than ever to have your sisters and have each other's backs as we move through these crazy times on earth. So thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here and for being the way showers. I felt that come through when I was channeling messages, that these seeds that we plant here today, these seeds, these messages, this wisdom that is coming from our soul, this is what's going to birth the new earth. And I just feel called to share. Ruth Ann said something so beautiful that I feel like is like something for all of us. Be still. Grow in place like a tree. Your influence spreading like branches, attracting all the resources you need, changing the landscape around you. Oh, thank you so much, sister. So powerful. Yes, yes, yes. This is what we're tending to, loves. And this is the most important work in the entire world.
Thank you, beautiful Bobby. Just want to make space, Rose, if you want to share anything else. And also if anyone wants to unmute and share anything, I'm happy to stay a little longer. Bobby, I totally honor if you need to hop off because your moon just started. Honor you in that, but I'm happy if there's any questions or shares that want to come through. Stay a little longer.
I'll be hopping off also soon. I wanted to share that we're very excited that one piece of why this next round is going to be so important is that we're going to be bringing some things that have really truly landed and are unfolding now that haven't been shared before, that I started to just share. First I shared with Lily and Bobby, and then I shared with Anne, I believe it was the next day, the luminary membership. And these things are really so key in some of the ways that things are shifting. And it's super good news for those of you who are spiritual practitioners, professional spiritual women, and we're looking forward to being able to share that journey.
Thank you so much, Rose.
It's all of my business. I'd be courageous.
Yes, please. Amy? Would love to hear. Did you want to share, Amy?
Oh, no, that's all I wanted to share. Just be courageous.
Oh, it's a be courageous. Powerful.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Courageous, courage, comes from our heart. I'm hearing, in the chat, Jamie share about, thank you for providing the 5-day rituals morning practice next week. Been waking up, going straight to checking my messages, planning, seeing how it affects the rest of my day. So I appreciate the space to come into practice first thing so I can be in a regulated space to do things from there. Yes. We're not meant to do this alone. We're in a world of so much distraction. The daily practice will be on Zoom. Yep. So you can join live on Zoom, and we're going to live stream it from here to the Facebook group, private Facebook group as well. And I could probably just get the link to that in case you're not in it, but we will send it out in email. Are there any other shares, channelings from your business, questions that want to come through before we close this container?
I just want to say thank you, Lily and Bobby. Blessings on all that you're doing, all that your hearts are holding.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank
beauty.
you for this today.
I love you. All right. Feels like we are complete. Just want to invite us, if it feels good, to just bring our hands back to our heart, our body. Just thinking again, our higher selves, the soul, heart of our business, our dharma, our purpose, our courageous feminine leaders that we are, the priestesses, the warrior women, the wise women, the witches. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Mother Gaia, to Life Source herself, and the heart of humanity. May we remember to come back together again and again, and come back again and again into a higher purpose in this lifetime through all time, space, and dimensions. And so it is.
Oh, it is.
All right, my love, sending you so much love. And yeah, we'll send the replay out and we'll be live for the morning practice starting next Monday. Many blessings. Aloha.
My beauties.
Blessings to you all.